Believe me, my dear Miss Elizabeth, your modesty makes you even more amiable in my eyes. But I can assure you that I have your respected mother's permission for this address. You can hardly doubt the purport of my discourse.
Mr. Collins,
almost as soon as I entered this house, I singled you out as the companion of my future life. But before I am run away with by my feelings on this subject, perhaps it will be advisable for me to state my reasons for marrying, and moreover for coming into Hertfordshire with the design of selecting a wife as I certainly did. First, I think it the right thing for every clergyman to set the example of matrimony in his parish. Secondly, I think it will add very greatly to my happiness. And thirdly, which perhaps I should have mentioned first, it is the particular recommendation of my noble patroness, Lady Catherine de Bourgh.
But
Twice has she consented to give me her opinion on this subject. She has said to me, Mr. Collins, you must marry. Choose properly. Let her be an active, useful sort of person, not brought up high, but able to make a small income go a good way. And I personally do not reckon the acquaintance with Lady Catherine de Bourgh as a disadvantage to offer. You will find her manners beyond anything I can describe, and your wit and vivacity I think must be acceptable to her, especially when tempered with the silence and respect that her rank will inevitably excite. And now to why I came to Longbourn instead of my own neighbourhood. Since I am to inherit this estate after the death of your honoured father, who still may live many years longer, I felt obliged to choose a wife from among his daughters. And this, my fair cousin, has been my motive.
Mr. Collins.
Now nothing remains for me but to assure you, in the most animated language, of the violence of my affections. To fortune I am perfectly indifferent. I am well aware that £1,000 in the 4% is all that you may ever be entitled to, and you may assure yourself that no ungenerous reproach shall ever pass my lips when we are married.
Oh, you are too hasty, sir. You forget that I have made no answer, but let me do it without further loss of time. Accept my thanks for the compliments you are paying me. I am very sensible of the honour of your proposals, but it is impossible for me to do otherwise than decline them.
Oh, I am not now to learn that it is the usual with young ladies to reject a man on his first application, and that the refusal may be repeated more than once. I am therefore by no means discouraged by what you have just said, and shall hope to lead you to the altar ere long.
Upon my word, sir, your hope is rather an extraordinary one after my declaration. I do assure you that I am not one of those young ladies, if such young ladies there are, who are so daring as to risk the chance of happiness on the chance of being asked a second time. I am perfectly serious in my refusal. You could not make me happy, and I am certain that I am the last woman in the world who could make you so. Nay, were your friend Lady Catherine to know me, I am persuaded she would find me in every respect ill-qualified for the situation.
Were it certain that Lady Catherine would think so, but I cannot imagine that her ladyship would at all disapprove of you. And you may be certain that when I have the honour of seeing her again, I shall speak in the highest terms of all your amiable qualifications.
Indeed, Mr. Collins, all praise of me will be unnecessary. You must give me leave to judge for myself, and pay me the compliment of believing what I say. I wish you very happy and very rich, and by refusing your hand I do all in my power to prevent your being otherwise. And in making me the offer, you must have satisfied the delicacy of your feelings with regard to my family, and may take possession of Longbourn estate whenever it falls, without any self-reproach. And this matter may therefore be finally settled.
when I do myself the honor of speaking to you next on this subject, I shall hope to receive a more favorable answer than you have now given me, though I am far from accusing you of any cruelty at present, because I know it to be the established custom of your sex to reject a man on his first application. But perhaps you have even now said as much to encourage my suit as would be consistent with the true delicacy of the female character.
Really, Mr. Collins, you puzzle me exceedingly. If what I hitherto said can appear to you in the form of encouragement, I know not how to express my refusal in such a way as may convince you of its being.
Oh, my dear cousin, I am still assured that your refusal is merely words. My reasons for believing it are briefly these. It does not appear to me that my hand is unworthy of your acceptance, or that the establishment I have to offer can be any other than highly desirable. My situation in life is also a circumstance highly in my favor, and you should take into further consideration that another offer of marriage may never be made you. My conclusion is, therefore, that your rejection is not serious, but a way of increasing my love by suspense, like the usual practice of elegant females.
I do assure you, sir, that I have no pretension whatever to that kind of elegance which consists in tormenting a respectable man. I would rather be paid the compliment of being believed sincere. I thank you again and again for the honour you have done me in your proposals, but to accept them is absolutely impossible. My feelings in every respect forbid it. And can I speak plainer? But do not consider me now as an elegant female intending to plague you, but as a rational creature speaking the truth from her heart.
Oh, you are uniformly charming, and I am persuaded that when sanctioned by the express authority of both your excellent parents, my proposals will not fail of being acceptable. First, I think it the right thing for every clergyman, like myself, to set the example. I felt obliged to choose a wife from among his daughters.
I know not how to express my refusal in such a way as may convince you of its being.
Oh, my dear cousin, I am still assured that your refusals are merely words.
And by refusing your hand, do all in my power to
I personally do not reckon the acquaintance with Lady Catherine de Bourgh as a disadvantage to offer. But I have no idea what I'm supposed to say next.
But to accept them is absolutely impossible.